biodiversity and our future. We are part of the life. Unless we care for the rest of the life, our life will be in danger. Already it is in danger. Panna's conservation movement moved beyond the park boundaries. People really love the Panna. Support is very, very essential at the local level. For that, education is the only way that how we can take the things forward. In the government system, conservation education does not have any place. Climate change has been taken out, and then environmental education has been made optional. So देश में जो है ना सर कि we have मतलब lots and lots of engineers around वो last 4 decades. तो मनोज मिश्रा साहब अब नहीं रहे, वो बोलते हैं इंजीनियर और कंजर्वेशनिस्ट एक दूसरे के खिलाफ है, इसलिए है इंजीनियर को खोदना है और कंजर्वेशनिस्ट को रोकना है. ये दोनों कैसे कहाँ तक समन्वय बिठा लेंगे, डिफिकल्ट इश्यू.
According to you, conservation of tigers can support problems of social well-being and so problems of food security.
Tigers do provide a good amount of livelihood security, not food security in the real sense. And there were no tigers in Panna. The total tourism income only by selling the tickets, we used to get around say 25 lakhs per year. Now it's almost touching 10 crores a year. And second thing, in overall only in one village by name Madala, where from the main tourism entry happens, around say 17 crores of livelihood turnover takes place there in one area. Yes, certainly it's to some extent skewed with respect to a particular area or village, but certainly it's helping the lot of livelihoods and social security in those areas. And every tiger reserve really adds to the social security of the people in and around. That's how. That's my answer.
I want to ask you, according to your opinion, a role of education system in conservation tigers.
Yes, sir. Certainly, it's a very quite a relevant question. The education has to happen within the department for the people who manage it from time to time, because education training has to be ongoing projects. Second thing, it has to happen with the public outside in the immediate vicinity also. That's where our Panna nature camps, which I said, almost covered more than 11,000 people over last say 5 or 17, whatever may, because forgetting the exact figures, in more than 365 camps that we conducted. So the purpose of these camps was taking the purpose of conservation through education to the local public. Child goes and attends say 12 hours, 10 hours outdoor education with respect to conservation. He gets back to the home. He starts pestering his parents and other, his gully mates, telling on there, I've seen this, that, and these are very important. That's how Panna's conservation movement moved beyond the park boundaries. People really love the Panna. They were there together, without whom support, the poaching could have been never stopped other than what we have achieved through power of deterrence of the accused. Support is very, very essential at the local level. For that, education is the only way that how we can take the forward. Thank you, sir.
Please unmute, sir.
Good afternoon, Murthy sir. It's an absolute honor to listen from you, right? I think I was watching Sumesh Likhi sir's documentary also.
Thank you.
Said, that, while the T3 was sedated, right, you touched their feet and said, that a panna ko abad kar do, right? That was such a moving statement to hear for me. So thank you, for passing down a living, thriving forest to our generation. But however, as we look at the modern landscape, right, an imminent danger is looming over Panna in terms of the Betwa River Linkage Project, right? So from your perspective as the pioneer leader of this forest, how do you see this infrastructure project, right? And how can we, the younger generation do something about it. Like, how can we go about preserving the forest, right? I think it's really sad that, so much effort was put in, and now we have this project that, is going to hamper that landscape.
You have asked a wrong question for yourself. Suhash Kumar sir is also there, who is my guru. You see, Silent Valley happened way back in 75, around mid 70s to be. And then without any social media, people had a wisdom to agitate for it and get it stopped by the political establishments. Now we have so much of social media network around. Why it's not happening?
Yep.
And in Hasdev, a particular person who was agitating has been awarded some international award. He got the award, but still the forests are again being felled for the in this phase 2. So in all probability, as the first person, I'm forgetting his name, I am very poor in remembering the names. He asked a very, very relevant question. How the education contributes. As on today, I am into the conservation education field for almost last 2 decades. And then my gut feeling is that things are not moving, even in spite of the efforts around. Many of those, what should I say, nature outings happening as a part of their getting relief during the weekends. एक मतलब आउटिंग के हिसाब से जा रहे हैं, एक पिकनिक मना के लौट रहे हैं,
Yep.
वहां से सीख के हमें क्या करना है, इसके लिए कुछ करना पड़ेगा. अक्षय, आप जैसे लोग कुछ करिएगा. इट्स वेरी एसेंशियल. लेट तो हो गया है, बट स्टिल पीपल शुड बी कंसर्न्ड अबाउट द मदर नेचर.
I'm
मेरा
surprised
टाइगर
how
रिजर्व का जो टाक है, इट्स नॉट माई प्राइमरी टाक. माई टाक इज अबाउट द बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड आवर फ्यूचर. We are part of the life. Unless we care for the rest of the life, our life will be in danger. Already it is in danger. This time, I am really cursing the nation not to get any monsoon. Because people are not realizing the value of the water.
absolutely.
जब त्राही त्राही मचेगा पानी के लिए, तब तो शायद कुछ सोचेंगे. देखते हैं. I don't know. Of course, Alino is there. जिस हाथ से हम वो देते हैं, उसी हाथ से वापस भी आता है.
Thank you.
Do something. I don't want to demotivate you. कुछ कुछ तो करिए, अपनी तरह जो है 10 लोगों को साथ में कर लीजिए. बहुत बड़ी बात है. थैंक यू. और एक इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यू है कि सुभाष कुमार साहब ने मुझे रिमाइंड किया है फॉर द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. इन मध्य प्रदेश 33% ऑफ द गेट मनी रेज्ड थ्रू द टिकट सेलिंग फॉर टूरिज्म पर्पसेस is given to the eco development committees for their own development, other than the indirect livelihoods that they get due to the park area. They get this amount, 33%, 1/3 of this particular gate money for their own, use, siphoned back to them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
This is Vinod here, sir, from Bangalore. Sir, thanks for your presentation. It is a fantastic presentation. It's eye-opening for a lot of us. Sir, I just want to know, in your presentation, you clearly mentioned this irony when you're doing the relocation and also tigers are getting extinct. But in a long run, don't you think, even Raghu Chandawat in his report clearly mentioned that there's so many villages are inside the park that is contributing to the lot of disturbance to the tigers and all. In a broader way, the relocation is better, right, sir? Just to understand much.
Actually, you see, there's a big difference about the relocations that happen around the developmental project and in protected areas, especially in tiger reserves. It is basically a voluntary relocation. Some big inconvenience will be there for the people because you are taking them out of their own area and then trying to settle them in a different area. So, but as a park manager who is there as an in charge has to ensure that their economic levels as well as the social harmony has to be re-established in a new area of relocation. That's very essential. And better option is, instead of giving a golden handshake with 15 lakhs per eligible family unit, better give them land and then rest of the cash benefits to them. Because if you are going to give them the 100% cash, there are very many, hawks moving around to snatch that money away. In 4 or 5 years, वो सब लोग नाच गाना करके पैसा खत्म कर देते हैं. You go to the Jabalpur, many people are there moving around, not even as a rickshaw pullers. They are the outies of Bargi Dam. So, some of those relocation examples we have to keep in mind, because entire community is against the conservation. In such a situation, if you do a wrong relocation, then people will pounce upon you. Again, they get an extra stick to beat you. So the relocations inside the tiger reserves and protected areas has to be highly handled in a humane way. उनको जो benefit देना दिल खोल के दीजिएगा. Even the cattle compensation होता है, crop raiding होता है, उसके लिए भी दिल खोल के पैसा देना चाहिए, क्योंकि अपने जेब से तो कोई अधिकारी दे नहीं रहा है. This is what I tried to imbibe with my staff, and then to great extent, that's how we protected our tigers by getting poisoned again, because killing of tigers inside the park area took place because of the direct hunting as well as the poisoning. Both the things added to it, other than electrocution.
Sir, my second question is now a lot of tiger reserves are establishing all over India now. Even though the tigers are not there, but the tiger reserve tag is there. Okay, don't you think your model, the reintroduction model, what you have spoken now, can be introduced in those tiger reserves? For example, I'm a great fan of Ranthambore area and Rajasthan landscape. Okay, wherein we have Kaladevi National Park, where there is no tiger at all, but only one or two tigers have moved from the Ranthambore area. But don't you think we have a lot of tiger reserves now, but there is no tigers where your model can be bought in, sir? So that's what.
You see, the document I showed in the second slide
Yeah.
will cover all those tiger reserves where there are no tigers. But 2-3 important issues. First thing, you need to have a proper governance. Do we have a proper manpower to attend that particular tiger reserve area which has been declared on paper? And most important issue in India as of today is prey base. I am a consultant for Chhattisgarh government for Udanti and Sita Nadi tiger reserves, tiger reintroductions, but prey base is not there. Recently, some of the officials from Andhra also got in touch with me for that Papikondalu Tiger Reserve. There the officials were telling, sir, everywhere there is a noose, there is no prey base. So for getting a tiger carnivore reintroduced, first thing, you need to have a proper governance, right people, right place, right training. And second thing, security has to be given top priority. And third thing, prey base has to be brought in back. And prey base cannot be brought back in a single day. It will take good amount of time, minimum 10 years. First, you have to sow some seed. You have to take some source populations of prey base, then get them released and then provide them proper protection. Then only tigers will start having a better families around, or proper population dynamics will happen. Without food, tigers cannot survive. And food is basically a wild prey base has to be there. Domestic, yes, certainly to some extent it will supplement. But even the domestic cattle is coming down drastically in India, even at the countryside also.
Sir, I'm sorry to ask this question. Then why, before coming with the tiger reserve tag, they'd have seen all these parameters, then they would have come with the tiger reserve tag, right? So
no, there are two issues. I would try to give my perception about it. First thing, they are increasing the tiger reserve area because now there is a big political push for getting a tiger reserve in their area. You see, we could have never thought in Madhya Pradesh to have 9 tiger reserves. एक तरफ जो है कि नया सीएम आते ही रातापानी को टाइगर रिजर्व डिक्लेयर किया. Then Jyotiraj Scindia said कि माधव को डिक्लेयर करिए. And then Naurade has been declared under compulsion because of this dam project. So there is a political push, not only in Madhya Pradesh, even outside also. It's happening in Rajasthan also. And second thing, NTCA thinks that once we bring it under the tiger reserve network, there is a future for it, not immediately, in the long term way. Third thing, even the funds for the NTCA has been totally curtailed. Now there are around say 52 or 55 tiger reserves, and total budget for NTCA is only 300 plus crores. Now divide it, how much you are going to get. Tiger reserves do a better management because of the sustained funding for a particular intervention. And without money, I could not have done all the tiger reintroductions there. I never had any financial scarcity or crunch at any point of time, because the fund flow was very continuous, because in Madhya Pradesh, we have a buffer mechanism through development fund, and development fund is constituted by the gate money receipts. That's again used for the betterment of the protected areas. So one has to address that central funding issue also. That's very essential. यदि बच्चों को प्रॉपर एजुकेट करेंगे ना, यही बच्चे आगे चल के कोई ना कोई ब्यूरोक्रेट बनेगा, कोई ना कोई मंत्री बनेगा। तब ये बात समझ के हो सकता है कि 20 साल पहले कुछ इंडिया में बेहतर स्थिति निर्मित हो। जी।
So, sir, one last question again. Is that relocation the package what we are giving to the villagers is which way back we done that? We have to look into that again. That's my last question. Thank you.
Already looked into now. Earlier it was 10 lakhs, now it is 15 lakhs.
That is sufficient, sir?
You see, to great extent sufficient, provided the funds are used properly. But outside the, I'm insisting, please give them the land, because outside the protected area, the land value is very high. They will not be able to procure any piece of land with the amount that money you are giving. But if you are going to divert a PF area or revenue area for their rehabilitation, that will reduce the actual cost of investment by the outies within the 15 lakhs. That's what I am telling.
Thank you for joining us. I'm going to unmute the next participant. So kindly unmute this one.
My name is Rajneesh Mehta, and I had my 2 questions which have already been answered by you. One was the Ken Betwa, the new tiger reserve which have come up. I would like to ask something about my home state, which you're already looking after, Chhattisgarh. A tiger reserve, newly nominated tiger reserve, around 5 years back it was nominated as a tiger reserve. That is Achanakmar Tiger Reserve, very close to my hometown, Bilaspur. As children, when we used to be driving into that, it was a national park that time. We could see leopards on the road and a lot of prey base. Fortunately, it has now been nominated as a tiger reserve. So is there, but I've not seen any real push to bring up a prey base or relocation, or are still be depending that, some corridors would be protected or reconstituted with the adjoining national parks and tiger reserves in Kanha or Bandhavgarh. Are we still dependent on that?
Dependent on what? For what?
On bringing up these corridors. So relocation is relocation is not required, and the carnivores can move into the tiger reserve, say like Achanakmar. It's got a lot of scope. It's a beautiful forest.
I'm going to address your question because I have a first-hand knowledge. I went to Achanakmar 3 times over last 5 years to address these issues only. My understanding with Chhattisgarh is that there's a lot of push for only human rights for whatever reasons, because Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh are siblings.
Yes.
We were offshoots of the same bigger tree. But at the same time, with respect to conservation movement, Chhattisgarh is in a very, what I can say, it's a very initial stages only. But at the same time, to great extent, they have lost the ground. Coming back to the Achanakmar, most of the plain areas where you can have better prey base in the form of cheetah, spotted deer, it's all fully habitated in Achanakmar. Only hilly portions are left out, where tigers migrate from Bandhavgarh and then, Kana on their own. You see, there is a breeding tigress available within the limited habitat of the hilly terrain, where only sambar is a prey base. Sambar also does need to have a ecotonal zone with the plain as well as the hilla. Of course, it's a hilly species.
Yes.
But it requires some plains also for better, breeding and other purposes. So, a female tiger is there, some 2 or 3, male tigers are there, 2 or 3 female tigers are there. And proper ratio is always it's skewed. 1:1 male, 1 female is a very adverse ratio for a progeny to pick up. Suddenly another male comes the next year, because most of the migrations in the tiger community happens from the males only, because they don't get a place in place of origin. So in Achanakmar, you have to check the extra males entering into Achanakmar. That's one thing. And second thing, you have to convince the political bosses as well as the villagers for relocation purposes, which is a very tough task as I see of today. There is still good unit level management. Ganesh है वहाँ पे, एक deputy director है, one Manoj Mishra है field director. They are very good. But at the same time, these issues of have plains getting occupied by the humans and then extra males entering the Achanakmar is really putting some halt over the population buildup. Earlier, there was 7 to 8 tigers there. Recently, they announced there are 17 tigers. But sex ratio and prey base need to be addressed very clearly there. That's a very important issue. Thank you. I think I have addressed your question.
So thank you. Thank you very much.